Welcome back to the pit. This is VanguardOfValor, and here we are playing Sword of the Stars, the pit. We've made it down 5 floors as the scout, and we have some nice things going for us. We got a knife, some guns, 2 of the same gun in fact, and a mag pistol, which is interesting, some different kinds of ammunition we can be using. We've got a variety of grenades, a bunch of different things, but for the most part, we haven't found too much yet. But we are only on floor 5, so let's keep moving here and see what we can find as we delve deeper into the pit to find the mysterious secrets that lie within. So, stab some more enemies. Of course, we're going to be using our knife as much as we can, like I said earlier, because it stops being effective fairly quickly, but while we can use it, it's good to not waste our bullets. So taking a look at our map there to see what we're going to be going to next, it looks to me like this is, ouch, a better place to go than going down to the bottom first. How. Those robots are nasty, and now they're a bit tougher because we're down a couple more floors, so they're not going to die quite as fast, which is a bit problematic for us. But that's fine. We'll deal with that problem once we get to it. We have a couple ways of killing them off earlier on until we start to find better weapons. Alright, these guys need to die. Stab them, bats! Take those antibodies, thank you very much. They're useful item antibodies, but you have to be able to find stations to put them to use, and we haven't been able to get lucky enough to find any of those yet. Kill these bats here. Don't want to get disease, thank you very much, but we probably will at some point. A lot of things can give you diseases or poisons. Hello, that's not great. Alright, we're going to try and gun down this robot down again. He doesn't want to die, though, and we could be in trouble if we don't manage to take him out quickly. There we go. And we'll knife this rat. Come on, rat. Get knifed. Get knifed. Ah, come on now. He doesn't want to die. We can move and then shoot him again. Oh, hello. We're starting to find some nasty enemies really fast. This could be a problem. We're going to back up into this room. We're going to use our med kit so we don't die. There we go. Hivers, which is what that green thing is, do a lot of damage. We don't really want to be fighting them right away. So we're going to switch to our mag pistol, I think. We're going to back up once, turn around, and shoot him with this. Because that does a lot of damage, which is pretty effective at getting rid of this guy. Now, we have these stars above our head. These guys have a chance of stunning you, which reduces your speed by 1, I think. It might be half. Anyway, that puts us down to 1 move, which means we can't move and shoot in the same turn, so we're going to gun this Hiver down again without walking. And we're going to make sure he doesn't get away. Since he has this bleeding effect, you can tell he's weak, and he's not going to last much longer. So we're not going to use the mag pistol again, but we are going to use the auto pistol, just to make sure he goes down. And we'll gun down this robot as well. There we go. Not bad. We can reload all of our guns. These are all clip-based weapons, so you can reload them even when they have a little bit of ammo missing. And rather, they're not clip-based weapons. You can just reload them for free. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't waste the bullets that you haven't fired yet, so they're pretty nice. Energy weapons, on the other hand, anything that uses like batteries or an energy backpack or something like that, you can't reload without wasting what's already in the guns. You have to wait till they get empty before you spend them. We failed that and triggered an alarm, which is not great, because it's going to bring a whole bunch of robots and enemies over to fight us, but hopefully it's not too bad, and we're not getting overrun immediately. I don't see anything here yet, though, so we might be okay. Alright. Let's get in here and see what's in this room. All kinds of horrible things, no doubt. Oh, no enemies at all, although I hear them. I hear you, robot. Where are you? I hear you. Come find me. There you are. Alright. You can hit X to wait, so you spend your turn not acting, which means that if something like this is approaching, you'll probably get the first strike on them. It's not guaranteed, though, which is a bit of a problem. Now, these robots are all coming because of that alarm we triggered. We should be able, to kill them off without too much trouble, and they generally give you ammo to replenish your supplies, so that's pretty good. They kind of pay for themselves as long as you're using pistols. More disease, of course. Alright, we got more coming. I don't know where they are. Generally, this game revolves around you coming to a new floor, getting swamped with every enemy they can throw at you, and then having a pretty easy time exploring the rest of the floor. But, not always, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Flechette rounds and rifle rounds, that'll be good. Not many flechette rounds, though, mostly rifle rounds. That's fine. We have a repair station here we can try and repair. The odds aren't great, but we're going to do it anyway, because if we succeed, it's experience. If we don't, it doesn't really matter, because we don't need it anyway. We did succeed, though, so that's good. We can take a look here, and this lets you basically repair things. Now, the problem with repairing is you can see here there's a number for repair efficiency. What that means is it'll repair it back to full health, except full health will be reduced by that amount. Not by that amount, but to that amount. So, from 30, you'd probably only get it down to like 27? No, 24 when you get it back. So it's not going to be as effective. That's the general idea. I might be wrong on the exact numbers, but this is how it works. It gets 80% of the full durability as its repaired durability. On some things, that's not so bad. Like if you're repairing your armor and it has 80 durability, it's still a pretty decent durability, but it can add up over time. There was one game when I had made it to the very bottom of the floor, and I still had an auto pistol from the very beginning that I had found early on, and it only had 4 durability left, or 2 durability, something incredibly low. So it does add up over time and can be a bit of a problem, because if something breaks, durability gets all the way down to 0, you can no longer use it. There's another Tarkin who could potentially shoot us, so we're going to shoot them first. They're probably going to get shot off. Yeah, ouch, ouch. That really hurts, and it damages our armor, which is not good. We're going to probably need to heal up again. Now, one of the problems we could potentially run into here is if we can't get enough healing, we could be in trouble. We're going to try and hold out and level up rather than waste a heal, but it may not be an option. And if we open a door that has a bunch of nasty enemies inside, we could be very much in trouble. Or if we walk into an area that has a lot of enemies inside, they'll get a chance to wake up and suddenly shoot us, then we could definitely be in trouble. We're getting close to that level up, though, so I kind of want to hold on if we can. Now, this thing, gun parts, is just a crafting ingredient. It doesn't do anything until you try and craft it into something, but that does mean you can make some nice things out of it. Is there anything hiding in here waiting to ambush us? No. There's a repair station we could potentially fix, but it could also potentially hurt us, so we don't want to do that just yet. We can get in here, and there's nothing in here but beds. Okay. Alright. Keep moving. We gotta level up quick. A med bay would be nice to find. Oh, there's an open security station. Nope. Not going over there. That will definitely trigger some enemies to come fight us, and I'm not interested in doing that right now. Let's check out the storage room instead. Hello, robots. You're getting shot. There we go. You're getting shot as well. There we go. These guys die pretty quickly to a pistol, but they can be pretty irritating if you don't manage to get them. No, don't poison me. Thank you. Come on now. Just give up and die. That's all I'm asking you. There we go. We could potentially try and open that as well, but that could also hurt us. Ooh! Now, one of the things about the Scout is she's pretty good at detecting traps, so you have a pretty good chance of finding them before you step on them. So there we go, we found that mine trap before we stepped on it, which means we didn't get blasted into little bits. We can open this freezer here, because our mechanical skill is good enough to have a 99% chance, so that's nice. And we found some safe meat and some Soulforce rations. That's good, they'll give us some more easy food. We can just eat those right now, I think, to get them out of our inventory, or at least one of them. We'll eat the Soulforce rations, because they're not as versatile as the meat is. There we go. Okay. They're starting to get a lot bigger, as you can see. This map is much bigger than the previous ones, and they continue to get large as you progress. I'm not seeing much else in here, though. That's fine. We'll keep exploring further onwards, and there's something opening that door, which means it's probably a security bot who's going to open this one this turn. Yep, no, it's an Utuku. A Strangler, rather. Ooh, you need to die, friend. Bye-bye. Oh, I missed one. No, die. Oh, no, he strangled me. That's not good. That's really bad, actually. I don't know if we can survive this. We need him to die right now. Die. Alright, we took 8 damage from the strangling. That might be okay. We might be able to medkit ourselves up to a point where we won't die. We are really close to leveling up, though. Problem is, every time we walk, we're going to take damage. And if we die, that's it. We have to start over again. So, like, if I take a step here, it'll put us down to 7. And that's not safe. So we're just going to use this medkit. It's a pain to have to use it now. There we go. Woo! What a waste. But we're not dead, so that's the important part. Gun this robot down. We are going to run into some troubles here because normal is definitely not easy. It is a challenging difficulty. We're going to knife open this med bay. Get knifed. You can see something about the strength of the door by closing it. The more detail it has on it, I believe, means the more health it has and the harder it is to bust open just by trying to attack it. And we're using a very low penetration item, so it's not very good at busting through these things anyway. But that's fine. So we have our level up. If we need to heal urgently now, we can. Although I'd prefer to be able to find some other way to get the healing now if we could, and hold on to that for later. We did manage to repair the charge hub again, so we'll be using that to level up more. Getting that computer skill this way is very nice, although it could potentially do this and shut down, which is fine. Alright. Where else can we go? Down here, up there, and there's a security room over here that we want to stay away from, I think. Where was it? It was this one. Right. For now, we don't really want to go there, because that could be a bad place. But we'll find out as we go, because we're going to have to go there eventually. The nice thing about those rooms is that while they have higher risk, they also generally have higher reward, with a higher chance of getting nice items and weapons and ammo and all those important things. Let's open our stasis pantry here. Please don't set off an alarm, because that will bring all those robots out. No, we got it! We got a Zytocot Fungibar. This is another food item, which can make you get poisoned, I think, which is not the biggest deal. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. Where are we looking at here? We're on the bottom of the map. That's good. What's down here? More rats! Oh, rats. The thing is, as the enemies progress, you stop seeing some of these simple rats, and you start finding some much nastier things. And this is a nice thing. We found a cooker. We should be able to use this to produce ourselves some better items. So, we can use this in a variety of ways. As you can see here, these are all recipes that I've found. There's a whole ton of them, and not all of them are used in the cooker. So only the ones that are used in the cooker are here listed as blue, but we'll get to them specifically when we need to use them. This is one that we're going to be trying to use because this will give us an easy way of dealing with disease now that we no longer have med kits. So we're going to be taking our moldy bread and some antibodies and putting them together in here. We only have one moldy bread, so we can only try and make one. But we can craft them together and it'll give us an 86% chance of producing aggressive antibiotics. I quite like aggressive antibiotics because they are a medicine that can reduce up to 4 levels of a disease instantly. So the medkit only does 1 level, this does 4. Unfortunately, it does have a fairly high failure chance based on your medical skill, so it's not always perfect. However, I believe the scout has a decent medical skill to start out with, so she can use them pretty easily. We're also going to cook all of our meat. We could try and make roast beast instead with uncooked meat and bindings, but we're going to cook our meat because it'll let us make better things later on. So we'll cook this meat, easy to do. Basically we're putting meat in the stove, which is not particularly hard. There we go, and now we have the option of making a SOTS switch, which is combining this bread with a cooked meat. SOTS switch is, of course, Swords of the Stars switch, which is kind of silly, but hey, that's what they called it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to hold on to this for a little bit later, because if we can find some specific kinds of cheese, we can make an even better sandwich. So we'll want to try and do that instead. Holding on to your food to make better food out of it is generally a good idea, because the better the stuff you produce, the more food you get out of the same items, and it means that you have a lesser chance of accidentally running out of all of the things you need. I'm trying to repair this repair station. The irony in that is palpable, and we succeed, so we might want to repair our knife soon. It is getting a bit low. I'm not too concerned about preserving the durability, because if we let it get lower and then repaired it, we'd get more out of it before it's weaker, but we're going to repair it anyway. Now here's another issue. Repairing something like this is a computer skill-based thing and has a chance of failure. If you fail, it takes the durability off, but doesn't repair it. So we can try and repair this, and it might succeed or might fail. We succeeded. It's down to 26.4, and there you go. It has a lower maximum, but is fully repaired again. So that's fine. So that's good. Could have been much worse, in fact. Let us get out of here. Come on now. Open this lock. There we go. With 3 tries, getting through locked doors generally isn't too hard, but sometimes you still manage to mess it up. Now, there are some worms in here, apparently. A lot of Zoolings coming out of this room. I'm guessing there's robots in there, too, but I don't see them yet. Come on. There it is. Oh, that's a nasty one. It's a security bot Mark II. Back around this corner, thank you very much. We're going to level up before we fight him. Boost our might again, and what are we going to put points into? Now we have a lot of things we can choose from, which is nice, and that's when this 8 skill points thing really comes useful. Level up our foraging every time, because it's a very valuable skill. We'll level up our pistol, because that helps you aim better. And I believe it does slightly more damage, too. I'm not entirely sure about that. Definitely helps your accuracy, though. We go lockpick, electronics, mechanical, and computer. Like I said, some good level ups in there always help. We'll do knife while we have it, I guess, and we'll do medical skill just to make sure we don't fail some nice medical things when we need them. Alright, so we're going to be turning this corner in a second. We're going to mag pistol this robot. Die! He's low on health. He shoots really fast. The higher the level they are, the more basically they shoot. And they'd be the same body but different colors. They become more dangerous as they get better. This is, I believe, level 2. Yeah, level 3 is black and orange. So that guy shoots a bit faster, and his bullets do more damage. With some pistol and flechette rounds, which will be useful. What's in this one? More pistol, that's good. Finding ammo is basically always useful. You're never upset to find ammo unless it's in a really hard to unlock thing, because then you'd be hoping for something like a really nice powerful weapon, but you only get ammo in like a mod of some kind. Not the best. But we're not complaining because we're going to want that ammo. We're up to 268 for our auto pistol, which is really nice, especially since we have 2 of them. It means we can use a lot of bullets. So, what's in here? Anything useful? Come on! We found, casing fragments. Those are good because we can use them in crafting. There's a lot of items that only become good in crafting, but casing fragments are one of them. And we have a medical locker here, which can be very nice because it can give you healing items. Please do. Yes, we got another med kit. That's good. Running out of healing items, running out of bullets, running out of guns, running out of armor, all of those are serious issues in this game, and they can happen pretty easily. So that's floor 5 cleared. Floor 6, rather. Ugh, I told you it takes a lot longer on the lower level floors. This might be a very long series just because of the time it takes us to actually work our way down everywhere, but we'll find out. Let's keep moving. So, we're on floor number 7, and the systems have changed color, I believe. I don't think it was green up here. No, it wasn't. As you get deeper, the things change color to to represent how you've advanced. More medkits, excellent. More medkits. Alright, we're doing pretty good here so far. Got lots of goodies in our inventory, and there's plenty of places still to go. Now, I'm sure we're going to bring in all kinds of enemies now, because we did just open all the doors, and we're on a new floor for the first time. So there's a robot behind us. You're going to get shot. Thank you very much. Reload. Never good to leave your guns at any less than full, because you're generally going to regret it if you do. Hello, robots. So we can see him on the corner of the screen here. You can still shoot at him. Even if he's not completely on the screen, you can still attack them. We can move closer and attack again, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. If they're on the screen in any way, shape, or form, you can still shoot them. Even if they're, like, just off the edge. You can see the start of this tile here on the side. You can actually shoot into that tile, even though you can't really see what's on it. If you know someone's shooting you from there, you can still attack them. So, we've been diseased. That's not a problem, because we have a whole bunch of things for dealing with disease now. Somebody's coming out of here, though. There. Oh, goodness. Okay, we have a Protean down here. He needs to die first, so we're going to back up and shoot him once. There we go. That should generally kill him. We got a friend shooting us over here, so we're going to gun him down as well. It'll probably take more than one shot, though. There we go, 2 shots. We can deal with the close bots, so they don't keep damaging our armor, hopefully, and the further away bots. We've run out of ammo for that gun, so we're going to knife him instead. He's going to try and run. We have to make sure he doesn't get away, because he might go repair himself. It's possible for enemies to do that. Robots, if they get to repair stations or a variety of other little things, they can actually heal their health back up again, so we don't want to let him get away. Come on now, is there something behind us too? No, nothing behind us yet. Knife him. There's a rat. Everything's coming. This is not a protean, this is a virus. What they have a tendency to do is give you all kinds of nasty diseases. So we use our other gun. Kill him, hopefully. Nope, we missed. Kill him, hopefully. There we go, now he's dead. And we can knife this rat. Perfect. Ugh. Like I said, things have a tendency to rush you when you start a new area. There we go. Alright, hello. More enemies coming to fight. We don't want to start doing something and be interrupted, because it will just automatically fail. We just waste those turns. Hello. More viruses. Kill them. Kill them. We'll knife him instead, maybe? Oh, not quite. He might... Oh, 4 attacks didn't disease us. That's good. Okay. Whew. Anyone else coming to get us? No. We might have a bit of leeway time here. We can try and get into these things. We'll try and fix the repair hub. We can try and fix their damaged medbay, although I doubt we'll be able to. Nope. Hub's broken. Medbay might be successful. Let's try. And... Nope, it's broken. We did level up our electronic skill anyway, but we didn't get anything out of it. And we'll try the medical locker. Good! Nanomeds are amazing. Nanomeds are instant healing, so you can use them at any time and they'll instantly heal you. And they're very powerful, too. They're actually quite good in the end game as well as at the beginning, so they should be very nice if we need them. There we go. Alright, more enemies. Nothing nearby at the moment that I can see. We'll try and get into this here storage pod. We got... Ooh, good. Composite cloth is important. If we can get composite cloth, that is one of the major ingredients for one of my favorite crafting recipes. So, we may want to be able to use that soon. I'm going to try and gun this guy down. There we go. These guys aren't giving us too much trouble yet, which is surprising. Normally, it's much harder. Lab station. So we found our cooker earlier. That's for making food items. The lab station is for making most other things. So if we come over here and take a look, we can activate the lab, which is a computer-based skill. So we always use up every lab we find. And we can see here, there's some different things we can try and make. We can try and make razor fists, which give your punching abilities, which you can do if you equip an item and then equip it again. It just goes to your fists. So you can use that if you have to. This gives your fists the penetration of a knife, which is nice if you have nothing else. But there's a lot of other things here. This is one we want. Chitin plate armor. Bindings, composite cloth, and chitin lets you have an amazing 100 armor on a light piece like this. This one's only, I think, 50, whereas 100 is really good. There are a couple other things in here we want, like, what is it? The lifter pack is really nice if we can get one of those, which also uses composite cloth, but the armor is, of course, higher priority than that. That gives you an enhanced inventory. A quantum scan helmet is amazing. This is potentially one of the best items in the game, in my opinion, because it lets you see everywhere. You can see through walls. You can basically see everything that's normally shaded out. And that makes making tactical decisions of where to go a lot easier. But we have to make sure we can get these ingredients, which may take a while. Rosetta Brains are also very nice because they boost your decipher skill on a power-based thing, so you can recharge them, which makes doing deciphers a lot easier. Apart from that, though, there's nothing else in here I'm super excited to try, although I'd like to try an X-Rifle at some point if I can get my hand on one of those, but that will be for later if we can get that far. What we're going to do now, though, is we're just going to burn this lab. I think we'll try one more time. We might leave it with one charge left, just in case we want to come back here and use it. Because every time we use this... Oh, it's gone anyway. That gives us electronic skill, which is something... These are really easy ways of getting electronic skill early in the game, because they're really easy to activate, and you can activate them multiple times. So they're very effective at boosting your skills early on. Let's get in here to this locker, and we'll keep looking around. I'm sure we'll find plenty of things as we explore. What is in here? I'm guessing it's full of angry robots. Am I correct? I am correct! We have a fast response bot, which moves very quickly and will shoot us multiple times. We have a light security bot Mark II and a light security bot Mark I. We're going to get shot a lot. So I'm going to gun them down. We take our mag pistol out to try and one-shot him, which actually worked surprisingly enough. We'll try and take out this guy as well in one shot, which is amazing. Now these guys have lasers, which is a problem. Alright, I thought they had machine guns. That must be a different level of them. We're going to be trying to gun down these guys because their lasers are high penetration, and every time they hit you, it damages your armor. So that's not good. This guy doesn't want to get hit. Ouch, armor damage. Alright, he's dead. Ouch, armor damage. Come on now, get hit. That one's empty. Switch to the other pistol and keep shooting. Perfect. Normally we'd have had to reload there, but luckily enough, we have two of the same gun. Okay, reload everything. Come in here. There's the exit, actually, which is interesting. We'll have to come back here later. But we might as well open up everything we can and head around to explore the rest of the level, because there's basically no reason to ever not explore everything. The only time is in some of the later levels when you start to come across, if you have the quantum scan helmet and you can see into the room, and you know it's just full, chock full of horrible things, you may not want to go in. And sometimes that's justified. Most of the time, though, especially in the early floors, you want to go into every room, because the potential of getting better gear is incredibly important. Getting that gear is your lifeblood, especially if it comes to things like food, or health items, or ammo, or weapons, anything like that, really. Anything other than crafting supplies. Failed that again. We're having bad luck here with our skill boosting attempts. Alright, they're dead. We have another cooker here. We have nothing else we really need to be cooking for, but if we can find something in this freezer, we might be able to do something. What is in here? And it's jammed. Bad luck. That's okay, though. Eventually, our skills will be high enough that we'll be able to get into pretty much everything, especially since we're using the scout, so we can level up all of our skills most of the time. But it does make things a bit tricky. Alright. At the start, when you can't do things. One thing we can do is we can convert our food into health if we really want to. But I think for now we're going to hold off on that because we don't have enough of the different kinds of food really yet. We'll eat the safe meat because it's not the same as the cooked meat. It's a different, lesser value item which can be used in different recipes, so we're not too worried about it. And I think we'll just hold on for now. We'll let our stomach rumble for a bit. Hopefully we'll find some better food soon. Or at least some items to make some better food. This is interesting. This is an important item, a damaged console. We'll get to that in a second. First we'll kill this stinking Zooling. Get out of here. There we go. Our Dura knives are going to start dying out pretty quick, and we're going to have to rely on our guns. If we can find another melee weapon, I'd be very happy, but that will, of course, come or not as it will. Nothing we can really do to influence it in any way. Let's kill these Zoolings, though. We can do that for sure. There we go. He's dead. Hopefully this has some kind of sword in it. Please have a blade weapon. Yes, perfect, a Durablade, awesome. This is not as good as most of the other items. The one item is better than a blade, but it's basically a better knife. Because see, this thing has 5 damage and 30 penetration. This thing has 8 damage and 55 penetration. It's even more accurate. It's 50 accuracy instead of 40 accuracy. We have no skill with blades, so we're going to suck with it, but this is a much better weapon. So we're going to swap that in for our knife. We're probably never going to use this knife again, but we will hold on to it just in case something crazy happens. But that's good. This is going to seriously boost our fighting power. And there's the punch I was talking about. But yeah, that is important. Finding one of these is a big deal. This lets us actually fight. Come on now. We got to level up our blade skill. Got to use this sucker. There we go. Come on. Get over here. This is very good, though. Running out of a melee weapon can be a big problem, because if you have to rely on your fists all the time, you might find that they're not the most effective weapon. And if you're using your bullets all the time, you might find that you don't have many anymore. They have a tendency to run out really fast if you use them on all the small enemies. Whereas if you can use a melee weapon or something that doesn't take ammo, it makes things a lot nicer. Some more ammunition, that's all well and good. Ooh, another EMP grenade. EMP grenades are probably the best kind of grenade in my opinion, because the most dangerous enemies in this game tend to be the robots. They're the ones who shoot the most often and have the biggest potential to really ruin your day, whereas an EMP grenade does humongous damage to them, which is pretty darn sweet. So, the door's locked, that's good. This is a repair bay, they also generally have lots of robots in them. Like so! Alright, you're getting shot. Please die. Nope, he's not dying. He's gonna shoot us, and he missed. He'll die from the first bullet this time. Hello, another robot. Please die. He's not gonna die. I didn't use the right gun. That's okay. He should die from this salvo. There we go. This one's gonna die as well. Excellent. Whew. Not too bad. Now we might be in trouble here, as I'm walking very carefully into the room. Last thing you want to do is walk into a new room on your last move. So what I was doing there was, I was approaching the room, and then when I saw I only had one left, I hit X to skip to the next turn, so I could enter the room on a fresh move. It makes it a little bit easier to not get totally out of position and shot when you're just moving into a new area. Alright, nothing actually in here, really. A couple robots, not a whole lot else. More rifle rounds. Something I've found happens a heck of a lot in this game is you find an absolute ton of ammo for guns you don't have. Almost always rifle rounds too. There was one game when I had over 1,000 rounds of rifle rounds in my inventory at once, and I couldn't use them because I didn't have a rifle. I made a rifle and it immediately got destroyed by something disintegrating something from my inventory. So it can be a bit of a problem, but we're not that problem yet. We're going to eat our fungi bar to level up our food a little bit more, because it's never good to be low on food. Not that it really matters, as long as you don't get into the negatives. We can heal if we have to, which we probably will do before we go down to the next floor, but we might as well head down there now. Alright. Alright, floor 7 is complete. We're probably going to be ending this episode more or less now, so I guess we'll level up before we go down, just so we can finish off the episode with that. Here we go, level up. What are we going to put points into? Well, might. Every point is going into might, because that increases our inventory, like I said. And we'll go foraging, like usual. Blade, for sure. We're not putting any more points into knife, because we're never going to use a knife again, for the most part. I've only ever found 2 knives, and they're not good enough to put more points into. Now that we have a blade, anyway. And we'll go pistol, we'll go lockpick, electronics, mechanical, and computer. There we go. Alright, well, before we can go down to the next episode, this has been... I should check the time, I guess. But I think this has been Vanguard of Valor. This has been another episode of Sword of the Stars of the Pit. Tell me what you think of it in the comments below. Hopefully it's been interesting for you guys. If you liked the episode, don't forget to leave a like on the episode, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.